Hi everyone, welcome to the Parallel Journey YouTube channel. I'm Allie. I am one of our teachers, and today we are going to do a hip focused flow, lower back and hip, to help loosen it up and really stretch into it, while also doing some mobility and stability exercises as well. So we are going to start off with a second limb of yoga. We are not only going to practice asana today, which are all of our postures and poses, but we are also going to practice our pranayama today. Our pranayama is our breath, our life force, and so we are going to also take time to really be mindful with our breath as we move. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whether on your heels or on a block or a blanket, or just on your seat. And we will begin by observing the breath and taking our eyes down and away from the camera, maybe even choosing to close our eyes. Noticing the breath. Notice the chill of the air as you inhale through your nose, and the warmth of the air as you exhale through your nose. Notice your body sitting up taller with your shoulders stacked over your hips, extending through the back of your neck, pulling the ribs in towards each other, knitting them together, and drawing the belly button back towards the spine. We're constricting the breath a little bit up into the chest. Noticing from the diaphragm all the way up to the collarbone is going to move as we inhale, expanding and opening and collapsing on the inhale. We're going to begin manipulating the breath, extending the inhale to your own personal count of 3, and the exhale to equal out an equal count of 3. Continue at your own personal pace, inhaling to 3 and exhaling to 3. See if you can extend your inhale to the count of 4, and equaling out that exhale to the count of 4 as well. Couple more rounds, counting to the personal 4 on your inhale and your exhale. Great job. As you inhale this time, taking your arms down, inhaling, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the head and the arms back down towards your sides. Continue with your breath. Inhale, arms up, chin up. Exhale, sweep the arms back down. Couple more rounds here. Inhale, arms up, lift your chin. Exhale, sweep the arms back down towards your sides. Inhale one more time, arms up overhead, lift the chin. Exhale, drop the right hand down towards your side and lift out of the right hip, or out of the left hip, reaching the left arm towards where the ceiling and the wall will meet. Grounding down through the left hip, pulling the left
thumb back towards the back of your mat, embracing yourself with your hand, turning your chin and your eyes to look up towards the ceiling, breathing here. On your next exhale, sweep your hand over and lift your right hand up towards the sky and reaching towards that ceiling and wall crease, grounding down through the right hip. Lifting the chin and the eyes towards your right and pulling that left thumb towards the back of your mat, opening up through that shoulder and chest. Great job. Breathing here, staying present. On your next exhale, sweep your arms back down. And this time, reach your arms up on your inhale, lifting the chin. Exhale, bending at the elbows, opening up to cactus. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lifting your chin. Exhale, dropping everything down to cactus. 2 more times, arms up, inhale. Exhale, drop the arms down into cactus. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down into cactus. And crossing at the left elbow over the right, bring the back of the hands together. If you have access, crossing the wrists and bringing the palms of the hands together. Bring the elbows low at first, and then reaching them up, pressing the shoulders down simultaneously like a lever. Big deep breath in here. Exhale, lower the elbows, uncross the arms, sweep everything away. Inhale as you cross the right elbow over the left, bending at the elbows. If you so choose, crossing at the wrists, finding the palms. Lifting the elbows to press the shoulders down. Inhale here. Exhale, lower everything down, uncross, and wipe everything away. Nice job. Bring your hands down and coming forward onto your mat into all fours. Making sure we're careful with our setup here. So starting with our hands. Fingers, pointer fingers will be in the 11 parallel shape. Spreading your hands out nice and wide as if you're palming a basketball onto your mat. Grounding down through your pointer finger knuckle to take most of the weight, and then spreading out the weight through the rest of the fingers. Elbows are directly over the wrists, shoulders directly over the elbows. And then bring in the knees directly under the hips. Hips are in neutral tabletop position, and we're going to engage through the abdominals and through the rib cage, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Very active tabletop position here. Breathing. Pressing away into your mat, to your feet and hands. Great job. Begin rocking forward and back from child's pose, and then bringing the shoulders over and past the wrists to warm up the wrists, rocking back and forth. Inhale to come over the wrists. Exhale to sit back into child's pose. Mindful movement. Exhale to sit back, moving back and forth. Coming back to a neutral tabletop position. And then we're going to begin bringing our knees together and then walking them towards our wrists. If you've done our wrist warm up, you've done these wrist push-ups before, lifting the thumbs, pressing into the fingertips, pressing so hard that you lift your wrists up and then lowering them back down. Pressing up and lowering back down. The closer your knees are to your hands, the more weight you can put in your knees here. As you walk your knees back, the more weight will be in your wrists and that your forearms have to lift. So just know that as you begin to master this or work through this as your personal practice and warm up. Great job. Last one. And then we're going to tuck the toes, flex the feet so much that you sit back on your heels, and then spread out your toes so that you can get, if you are able to, all 10 toes on the ground. Sitting up nice and tall, engaging the abdominals, rolling the shoulders back onto your back, and lifting the hands up so that they're parallel to the ground, plugging the shoulders in, and then claws with our hands, rolling those hands away and out. Your wrists may creak and crack. Your feet may burn. You are doing a lovely job. Keep it going. Switch directions with the wrists for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Coming forward to all fours, tabletop position, walking the knees back. We're going to flip the wrists, bringing the palm of the hand down to the ground and flipping the fingertips, your right fingertips back towards your knees. Rocking back and forth slowly and gently into your right elbow, flexing into that bottom part of your hand and into the palm of your hand. Maybe stretching into the fingertips as you lift that wrist ever so slightly. Nice job. Bringing that right hand fingertips forward, left hand fingertips back. And then bending into your left elbow, slowly taking your time to warm up that wrist. Noticing if this side feels a little different. Nice job. Bring everything forward. And then we are going to work our way into cat-cow. So dropping the belly, lifting the chin, lifting the eyes and head with it. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale, pressing away, making the chest concave and pressing the shoulders in the back towards the sky for cat. Imagining inhale as you move that there is a string going through your belly button all the way to the ground and ceiling, and that is where the movement moves from. Moving through cat-cow together with your breath. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, pressing the back and arch towards the sky. Cat. Couple more rounds here. Inhale. Lift the tailbone. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, pressing into the ground. Last round, inhale. Exhale, press everything away towards cat. Bring everything back towards center. Then sitting back towards your heels and reaching your arms out in front of you for child's pose, bringing the forehead down to the ground. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting the chin, pressing the left hand into the ground to reach your right hand high to the sky, rolling out your wrist. And then like you're threading a needle, bringing your right wrist underneath your left armpit and coming down for a shoulder stretch here. Pressing the right hand into the ground, you can choose to add a twist as you tent your left fingertips and rotate your shoulders open towards the left side of your mat. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming back towards center. Bring your right hand up towards the sky and rolling out your wrist the other direction. And then swimming that hand forward and down, bringing the left hand up towards the sky, rolling out the wrist. Threading your left hand underneath your right armpit for your shoulder stretch. Or pressing your left hand into the ground, tenting your right fingertips, opening up your shoulders to the right side of your mat. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly untwist. Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, rotating your wrist the other direction. And swimming your left hand forward. Coming back to child's pose for 3 breaths. Inhale, lift your gaze. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat and off the left side of your mat. Dropping your head down, feeling a stretch along your right side body. From your right shoulder all the way down to your right hip. Feeling as though you're pulling your right hip back and grounding it into your heel. Breathing here. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, walk your hands past center over to the right side of your mat. Then drop your head down to the ground, feeling a stretch from the left side all the way from your shoulder down to your hip. Pulling your left hip back in alignment with your right hip and trying to ground your hip down into your heel. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to lift your head. Walk your hands forward to center for child's pose. Then bring your body weight forward onto your hands for all 4s. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips, finding downward facing dog with your knees bent. Pressing away with your hands and your heels, alternating which heel is on the ground. Walking out your dog, warming up the backs of our legs. Maybe you nod your head yes, and you shake your head no. Finding stillness in the next couple of breaths. Reaching the heels down towards the ground. And bringing the eyes between the knees for your drishti, your point of focus. Engaging the abdominals, lifting the tailbone. Lots to think about here in downward facing dog. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Reach your right foot forward, in between or behind your right hand, and then lowering your right knee down towards the ground, finding a low lunge on the right side. Right knee directly over right ankle. Hands are framing your foot and body is forward. Making sure that our back foot is not sickled, turned in or out, but foot straight from the ankle. Pressing into the back foot, engaging the inner thighs, pressing into the front right leg, lifting your arms up towards the sky. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the hands down. Walking the hands back, straightening the front leg. Bring the hips over the left knee. Flex and point the front foot. Feeling a stretch in the right hamstring. Nice job. Finding a little bit of a vinyasa, a flow here. We're going to walk the hands forward on our inhale. Maybe you find a moment of balance, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, wipe the hands forward and down. Walking the hands back, flexing the front foot for your stretch. Inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. Exhale, maybe you sweep the hands, pressing into that right foot, and reach forward. Inhale, arms up, forward lunge. Exhale, half split, Superman arms behind you. Inhale, last round, arms up overhead, finding a forward lunge. Exhale, press everything back, half split. Nice job, bringing everything forward, arms framing the foot. Heel toe the foot out to the side, finding a lizard pose. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Walking the hands back just slightly. We're going to almost find a lizard tabletop kind of hybrid position here. So notice my foot is coming into still outside of my arms. My arms are pressing down into the mat and they've walked back so that my hips are directly over my knee. We're going to press into the ground so much that we reach our leg up and out to the side for gate pose. So bringing the hands down and keeping them forward. And then bringing our foot out almost like we're in Virabhadrasana or warrior pose with that knife edge foot on the ground. We're going to do a cat-cow here. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhale, press everything away for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, press everything away for cat. Nice job. Coming back towards center, pressing into the hands and into the left knee so much, engaging the right glute, lifting that leg, and then bringing it all the way behind you. And then stepping forward, finding a low lunge position. And then tucking that back toe, finding pyramid on our right side. I'm going to turn around so that I can mirror you all again. So hands are framing the foot, or if you have blocks, bringing the blocks next to your feet here. Our hip bones are trying to be in alignment. Shoulders are facing forward. And maybe you had to step your foot in, should be about 2 to 3 feet between your feet here. And your feet are on railroad tracks, so they are side by side, not in one line. Helps our balance. Placing the left hand down on the ground, reaching the right hand high to the sky. Revolved pyramid for 3, 2, 1. Bring that right hand down to the ground. Pressing the hands into the ground. Maybe you bend into your right knee. Sweep that foot back and up, finding 3-legged dog. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bring that right foot down to the ground. Finding downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Nice job. Notice the difference between your two sides. Awesome. Bring the body forward into a plank position. Knees come down, elbows come in towards the ribs, knees, chest hits the ground first, and then everything else follows. Inhale, draw the hands back, lift the chest up, cobra. Exhale, bring everything down to the ground, pressing up through a modified plank with the knees down, tucking the toes, and pressing back to downward facing dog. Bringing the left knee in towards the left elbow, placing the left foot down behind the left hand, and then bringing the right knee down to the ground for the other side. Low lunge on the left. Holding here. Breathing, checking in, noticing the differences or the similarities between your two sides. Awesome job. Going through that checklist again, knee over ankle, feet are on railroad tracks, back foot is straight, not sickled. Pressing into that back foot, engaging our inner thighs as like they're magnetizing towards each other. Pressing down in towards that left foot, reaching the arms up overhead. Nice. Sweeping the hands forward and down, and then walking the hands and the body back, keeping the foot where it is, flexing and pointing into that half split. Left hip is pulling back to be in alignment with the right. Hips are directly over your knee. Last few breaths here. Walking the hands forward. Maybe you find a moment of floating, reaching those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, brush everything down and back. Half split. Inhale, sweep everything forward and up. Exhale, sweep back. Half split. Couple more times. Inhale, reach everything forward. Exhale, reach everything back. Inhale, reach everything forward and up, pressing down through that left foot. Exhale, pressing everything back, half split, last one. Inhale, reach everything forward and up. Exhale, back to half split. Coming back to a low lunge. Walking heel toe that foot out to the left side, finding lizard. Nice. And then walking your hands back ever so slightly, finding your kind of lizard, cat-cow, tabletop hybrid position here. Pressing into the hands, engaging the abdominals, pressing that foot and knee down into the ground so much that you can lift that foot out to the side and plant it down for gate pose on the left. Inhale, drop the belly, lift into cow. Exhale, press everything away for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat, pressing everything away. Last one, inhale. Exhale, press everything away. Returning to neutral, pressing your hands into the ground, engaging the abdominals, lifting from the heel, bringing everything back. And then bending at the knee to step your left foot through your hands, tucking your back right foot, pressing up into pyramid pose on the left side. Great time to have your blocks on either side of your foot. Doing a couple check-ins. My feet are pretty wide here, so we're gonna hop that right foot forward, squaring off at the hips. Feet are on railroad tracks. And my hips are trying to be in one line, and my hip bones are facing forward. Bringing that right hand down to the ground, adding a twist. Lift that left hand, reach towards the sky. Exhale, bring that left hand back down towards the ground. And then bending into the left leg, sweeping that leg back and up for a downward facing dog, three-legged dog. Bringing that left foot down to the ground. And feeling that reset in downward facing dog. Big deep breath in. Full deep breath out. One more of those. Big deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Great job. Inhale, reach that right foot high to the sky one more time. Exhale, bring the right knee to the left elbow, and then to the right elbow, swinging the right heel forward towards your left hand. Coming down and scooching back the left foot, finding pigeon pose on the right side. Options for blocks here. You can have a block underneath your right hip. You can have a block underneath your left hip. You can also have a blanket or a sweatshirt underneath your knee. And then bringing your right foot towards your groin or away from your groin will indicate the external rotation in your right hip. So finding that sweet spot for you where it feels tension but not ouch, right? Finding that happy spot. And we're going to press the left foot into the ground. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Bring the hands on top of each other and your forehead on top of your hands. We'll be here in pigeon for a few moments. If this is too much for your body and you already are like, oh my gosh, ouch, go ahead and roll to your right side of your mat and come onto your back. Planting your feet down to the ground, lifting your right foot high to the sky, and crossing your right foot at your left knee. This may be where you live today. This is good enough for you. Or you can reach your hands through your figure four and finding your sweet spot somewhere in this position. If being on the ground like this is not accessible to you, you can also make this figure four position seated. You can also do this figure four position in a chair, crossing the ankle at the knee. Okay, now that you know all of your options, finding your pigeon pose and settling in. Returning to that observation of your breath. Returning to the observation of the sensations in your body. Relaxing the muscles of your face. Your bottom teeth away from your top teeth. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. 3 more big deep breaths here. Your next exhale, walking the body up, pressing the hands into the ground, lifting the body up, finding plank, and then pressing back to downward facing dog. Pedaling out those feet, noticing what that hip feels like. Maybe you wag your tail from side to side. Then finding a moment of stillness. Big deep breath in. Full deep breath out. One more of those. Big deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Pressing the right heel into the ground, lifting the left. Bending at the knee, bringing your left knee to your right elbow, and then left elbow, swinging the left heel to come forward. Bringing everything down into your pigeon, or knowing your options, going to that seated pigeon, the pigeon on your back, or to the seated pigeon in a chair. Also knowing that you can use all of your props. Flexing into your left foot, pressing the fingertips or hands into the ground, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the chest forward and down. Bring the hands down to the mat, forehead down to the mat. Trying to pull the left hip back. Squaring off those hips. Breathing here. Going through your checklist again, noticing your forehead, relaxing the muscles of the face, releasing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhale, full deep breath. Exhale out of your mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it all go. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lift the chest, coming back up. Then pressing the hands into the ground, tucking the back toe, lifting up into plank, and stepping the foot back, pressing the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Full exhale. Bringing the knees down towards the ground, crossing the ankles and walking the hands back, sitting back onto your heels, and then bringing the feet forward. Bending at the knees, reaching the arms forward, or maybe you want a little kickstand with your hands behind your back. Lifting one foot and then the other. Bring the arms forward or up for boat pose. You can choose to keep your knees bent or straighten them out for 3, 2, 1. Grab behind the knees, roll the length of your back, and make your way onto your back. Nice job finding a flat position, feet planted behind the glutes, knees high to the sky. Reaching the right foot high, foot flexed, and then point back and forth between the two. And then roll your ankle out clockwise and counterclockwise, going slowly or quickly, whatever feels good in your body, trying to be smooth as you do your circles. And then crossing that ankle over your knee and taking your right foot and stamping it to the left, creating a twist with your right knee to the sky. Grabbing your right ankle with your left hand and bringing your other arm into a cactus, turning your head to face the right direction. Gentle twist here to end our practice. Last big inhale. On your exhale, bring everything back to center. Flex your foot back straight. Bring your left foot up to meet it. Plant your right foot down to the ground. Flex and point your left ankle. And roll out your ankle clockwise. Moving slowly or quickly, trying to get the full circle nice and smooth. Maybe you hear your cracks like mine. And then opposite direction, counterclockwise. And move slowly through that ankle. And then flexing that foot, crossing it over the right knee, and planting the left foot to the right of your mat, finding that twist, bringing your right hand to your ankle, and then opening up the left arm into cactus and turning the head to face the left. Breathing here. Last big inhale. Exhale, bring everything back towards center. Flex your left foot to the sky. Flex your right foot to the sky. And then bring your heels together down to the ground so that you're laying flat on the ground. Inhale to reach both arms up. Reaching your feet and hands in opposite directions. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands around to give yourself a hug around your knees. Tucking your head up toward your knees. Inhale here. And exhale, let everything melt down to the ground, opening up to your Shavasana. Choosing whether or not you would like to have your hands up or grounding back down into your body. Maybe you choose to put back on your sweatshirt and your socks to get warm and cozy. Maybe you bring a pillow underneath your head. And eventually settling in. And allowing the consciousness of the moment to drop away. Allow your body to melt into your mat. Become an observer of your thoughts without judgment, giving yourself permission to not take action on any of them, but instead allowing them to float by like a plane with a message behind it. When it is time, I'll draw you back out of this state. Until then, continue to allow this practice to download and to integrate. Your next big inhale, fill up your breath as much as you can. On your exhale, begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your hips. Maybe you need to yawn or rock from side to side. And when you're ready, bringing yourself onto your side, using your arm as your pillow, bringing your knees up towards your chest, and taking a moment here in our smallest way of being. Take a moment to be grateful for this practice, for what this physical body can do for you. And when you're ready, using the strength of your arms, giving yourself permission to keep your eyes closed or diverted, coming to a comfortable, easy seat with your ankles crossed in front of you, and your body sitting tall. Inhale to roll your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale out of your mouth as you roll your shoulders back. Inhale like that one more time, shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale down and away, fluttering open your eyes. Coming back to your physical space. Thank you all for a beautiful practice. Hopefully your body, mind, and soul feel rejuvenated and united as part of yoga. Thank you for practicing asana and pranayama with me today. Take care. Feel free to follow us, leave a comment below, subscribe, and hit the little alarm button so that you can be alerted each time we add a new practice to this channel. You can also follow us along Instagram, The Parallel Journey, or at our website, theparalleljourney.com. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.